Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat, you're watching iGyaan, and today we're reviewing the new Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. Let's quickly get started. The Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus goes on sale on 20th January on Amazon. I'll leave links to buying it in the description below. The phone is priced at 32,990 rupees, and if you guys haven't already seen our unboxing of the phone, go check it out right now. Now at this price, the Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus is competing with the likes of the Honor View 10 and the OnePlus 5T, which in terms of specifications and performance completely beat the A8 Plus out of the park. But this interesting phone from Samsung is more than just specifications and performance, and we'll tell you why. Let's start off with design and build quality. If you compare the design of the Galaxy A8 Plus with the OnePlus 5T and the Honor View 10, you'll see that the design is completely different. In fact, if you place it next to the Note 8, you'll see a lot more similarities in terms of design than with any other flagship killer in this price bracket. For starters, the glass front and the glass back, protected by Gorilla Glass 4, is a really premium design. You also get IP68 water resistance on the Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus, which out of these three devices is the only phone to offer that, which will prevent your phone from getting damaged. So despite looking the part, the phone is also perfectly durable and reliable and should last you a really long time. Now Samsung also excels in displays, and here with a 6-inch 18.5:9 Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 2220 by 1080 pixel, a different unique resolution, but the display in itself is fantastic. You get 411 pixels per inch, but you get fantastic viewing angles, excellent vivid colors, and deep blacks. Specs wise, the phone contains the Exynos 7885 chipset with an octa-core CPU, the Mali G71 GPU. In comparison to the chipsets found on the OnePlus 5T and the Honor View 10, this chipset is somewhere half in terms of performance on benchmarks, but for day-to-day performance and for daily usage, this chipset is more than enough. Samsung's also bundling 6GB of RAM in the A8 Plus, allowing you to run several applications and manage your memory really well with lots of spare memory to go. For day-to-day tasks, multitasking, and even gaming with high-end games and high-intensity graphic games, you'll find that the chipset can more than perform well for all of these tasks. One major downside is Samsung refuses to push out Android 8 up until their next flagship phone, the Galaxy S9, is launched, which is not letting phones that are even being launched in 2018 get Android 8 out of the box. This phone will get the Oreo update, but that'll happen only after the S9 launch or around that period of time. Speaking of upcoming phones, the S9 and S9 Plus are also expected to have an identical back with the camera layout design seen in leaks similar to what we see on the A8 Plus. The location of the fingerprint sensor on the A8 Plus is a lot more ideal than what we saw with the Note 8 and even with the Galaxy S8, and Samsung may be using this for their future phones. Not only does the back panel look like the Note 8, but the back panel is also curved and the edges are also rounded off, so the phone is extremely comfortable in your hand. Despite being a large phone, it's relatively easy to use. You do have several features from Samsung's UX to use this phone with one hand, and several shortcuts and menu add-ons that you can add. You also have lots of customizations for display, the way it looks, the vividness of the display. All of these features can be set from the settings panel. Interestingly, the phone also contains Bigsby. Even though there is no dedicated button for Bigsby, you also get things like Bigsby Vision, and you also get Samsung Pay fully integrated into this phone. So if you're not looking for a flagship phone, Samsung has basically given all the features from their flagship phones onto this device. Another great advantage of owning a Samsung phone is the excellent cameras. With a 16-megapixel f1.7 camera at the back and several camera shooting modes available in the camera app of the Galaxy A8 Plus, you'll find that images from this phone come out really well. Typical for Samsung devices, the phone does oversaturate images, but they look fantastic on the Super AMOLED display. Video quality with image stabilization or video stabilization is really good, but it is restricted to a full HD plus or the resolution of the display, which is somewhat disappointing. I would have liked to see 4K video in this price bracket, at least from Samsung, especially because they do 4K video really well. We've seen their examples on the Galaxy S8 and the Note 8, even though it's not an important feature for a lot of people, but because you do get dedicated slots for the SIM card and the micro SD card, it's a feature feature that could have been available on this device. The front-facing cameras are also interesting. You get dual cameras on the front this time around, and because of that, a mixture of an 8 megapixel camera and a 16 megapixel camera, the phone is able to give you live focus on the front-facing images. So when you're taking a selfie, you can blur out the background that you don't need, and it gives you a nice portrait shot on the front. Something similar to what the Pixel does, still not as good as what the Pixel 2 is capable of doing, but it's pretty close, and some of the results that we got from the front-facing cameras are quite interesting. Now, the 8 megapixel camera also has a wide 85-degree field of view, so if you're taking a lot of people in your selfies, or if you just want to capture the landscape while you're taking a selfie, the front-facing camera is really wide and can manage to do that. Now, like I mentioned, the camera does have a Bigsby Vision, so if you want to identify certain things that you don't know, if you want to look at a flower and look for the similar flower online, you can do that. These features are available. It works with a lot of things. It's still pretty nascent, even though it's been almost a year since it was initially announced. Still, some of the things don't work really well. Now, as far as phone call and network performance is concerned, the Galaxy A8 Plus works on all networks in 3G as well as 4G. In India, you also get voice over LTE. You do get 2 dedicated SIM slots, so you're not compromising on losing a SIM slot if you're adding a micro SD card. The sound from the earphone and the noise cancellation from the microphone is pretty impressive, and the person on the other side gets a clear audio provided your network is strong enough, and that seems to be more of a challenge than the performance of the device itself. Now, with the battery of 3500 and somewhat of a Samsung fast charge available with the charger that is included inside the box, you'll get a good full charge in less than 2 hours of time. You'll also get a full day of performance with the battery life, with anywhere from 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, depending on your kind of usage. Now, Samsung's also included the face unlock feature, which, granted is not as fast as the OnePlus 5T, works really well and is said to be more secure than those found on the instant unlock varieties. You also get the latest Wi-Fi 802.11 AC and Bluetooth 5.0 inside the device. You also get NFC and Samsung Pay, like I mentioned earlier, and the IP68 water resistance on the Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. Granted, it's not a performance monster, and it's nowhere trying to compete with the specifications and capabilities of the OnePlus 5T and the Honor View 10, but this phone is for a different set of consumers, for those who like the reliability and the good service and support of Samsung devices, and for those who are not intending to use this phone for a lot of tweaking and a lot of gameplay or a lot of high intensity applications. This phone looks fantastic, performs really well for most people, does have some of the protection capabilities that you require, and all in all is a good, well-rounded phone in this price bracket. Even though we could have expected or hoped for a slightly better price, maybe around the 26 to 27,000 rupees, even at this price with the Samsung brand attached to it, this is a fantastic device. So that's it for the review of the Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. I'll leave links to buying the A8 Plus in the description below in case you guys are interested. If you're not already a part of Team iGyaan, hit that subscribe button. This has been Bharat. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.